Hello, I wanted to share with you a way that we were able to do some group discussions in science using Zoom and having our in person kids, so our hybrid kids, working with our virtual kids at the same time. So I had found a discussion diamond template online, and I can't remember the teacher who shared this with me. So if you are that person, tag yourself in this post. But I had found this discussion diamond and we decided to try it out today. So what I did was I added the idea of having the background yellow in progress, red need help, or green finished. And what we did was we used this. We had just finished reading different articles. The kids picked articles based on choice. And what we did was we had them go randomly into breakout rooms. So I randomized it 3 to 4 kids per group. And then what they did was they picked their color, so their triangle. And I started by having them just pick a sentence from the article, one sentence that they thought was like essential from the article that they wanted to share with their group. And they put their sentence. So each group had their topic. So this was an article about petroleum. There was an article about the rainforest. There was an article about timber resources. And there was also an article about the Grand Canyon, mining the Grand Canyon. So the kids had a choice. They picked it based on personal interest, and they started by picking one sentence. So they had annotated the articles previously. We used the app Kami to do this. So they were going back to their annotated articles to get this information. Then after that, in their triangle, so this is still independent on their own, they were asked to find a phrase, 3 to 7 words that, again, they thought were essential and really needed to be shared out from their article or really important. And it could not come from the sentence they already chose. So you can see here, this student had petroleum in their phrase where fossil fuels have been aggressively extracted. Then after that, the next step of the process was to pick one word. If they could take one word away from their article, share one word with the rest of the class, what would that one word be? So for this student, he chose carbon. For this student, timber resources, they chose clear cutting. I'll show you just a couple groups so you can kind of get an idea. This group is very organized. So after that, we went to the middle. And instead of a group consensus, like a typical consensus when we're getting a consensus model or a consensus for maybe a scientific argument, this was a little different because we're just kind of sharing information. So I adapted it a little bit. So in the middle, I had them have a conversation or a discussion. And one of the things that I told them that they should do was start by looking at what other people wrote and asking questions, asking about the topic. So this person wanted to know, why did you choose the word sulfur from the petroleum article? And then I told the students, look at the questions and respond back to the questions, and then kind of pop in. Maybe you didn't read an article or you didn't have a question, but you have a comment you'd like to add in. So basically I'd let them kind of loose for about, I would say probably about 5 to 10 minutes. It depended on the class. I have a couple classes, and they all kind of structured it a little bit different. And I kind of let them go with it because I didn't really know what to expect. And I'm really pleased. This one probably looks the most like how I've done these kinds of discussions on actual paper or on a whiteboard. And I was very impressed with what we came up with. So every group, you can see that they really did extract information from text, which is a skill that needs to be taught. They were able to see the purpose to their annotations, why we annotate, to pull information to help us process what we're reading. And then they were able to kind of go back through and use those annotations. And I was able to see who really read by who was able to kind of do this quickly, who took a little longer, and then the discussion in the middle. So I thought this was a great way to facilitate a group discussion. And what I really love, and I'll show you in the edit view, but as a teacher, what is so fabulous about this is when you use the yellow, green, and red background, you can see so easily. I have a couple open behind this as well, but you can see so easily, I'll show you here, who's finished and who isn't at the end, and really hold them accountable. And you can also see when they're in here, you'll be able to see all their little icons and you can see the typing. So it's really quick to go in and give feedback quickly. And that's one of the things that I really love about this. So hopefully this is something that you can use, and it's something that really worked well. And I'm looking forward to see what's working well for you.